the whole state has so much to offer that I love that we get to go there and we get to film. We love that we can film here in Los Angeles, we can film there, we can film lots of places, but it just doesn't feel the same as when you go to Arkansas. We are filmmakers and actors and writers, and we made a few films in Arkansas, and we were excited to share with other people what our experience was like, because we had a lot of fun filming out of state, and so we wanted to talk about what it was like for other people coming to the state, landing in Arkansas, and making features together, and showing off kind of our experience so that other filmmakers can run with it.
Hey everybody, it is January 1st. Happy New Year! This is day 2 of production on Parker's Anchor. We are so excited. Had a great night last night. Very cold, but got some beautiful footage. Thank you to Last Night Fayetteville. And right now I am sitting in a van getting a car wash. Woo! Car wash! Because the picture vehicle needs to be clean in this shot. I am also multitasking and hanging out with Fremont. Fremont, can you say hi?
My name is Eric Bogue. I worked on Gordon Family Tree, was kind of an associate producer, like in pre-production, and then on set I was a PA for a little bit, and then a couple days in, our first AD walked off the set, and so I filled into that role.
My name's Deborah Smith, and I was an actor and producer on Parker's Anchor.
I'm Paul Pesnell. I've been a part of Purpose Pictures basically from the beginning. Ryan and I kind of created this thing, gosh, maybe 2006, I think. And shot a couple shorts and stuff together, but didn't really take off until Miss Jenica came along, and once she did, then Purpose Pictures just went to the moon.
Ryan and I started working more and more on things that we felt passionate about, and it's developed into a company that makes features that we love and feed my soul.
My name is Aaron Fairley. I'm one of the producers, and that means what I do is pretty much whatever needs to be done at that point of it coming up to be done.
I was born and raised in Arkansas, grew up there, and I love it. It's beautiful. I met Jenica, and we decided to start making projects together. Welcome to day 3 of Parker's Anchor. We are having a great time. As you can see, I'm still on super daddy duty, having a good time. And today, this morning, I get to do the real glamorous stuff that independent producers get to do, which is take out the trash. So we've already collected a good amount of trash, and so I get to take it out. Day 4 of Parker's Anchor, if I am calculating correctly. Pretty soon the days are going to all kind of jumble into each other, but things are going good. We're getting some great stuff, and I am right now doing some producer duties. Little pointer: if you're going to be shooting something overnight, people are going to be tired, and you should prepare to have something to keep them awake and to keep them happy. So here I am at Arcega's at the depot, so that I can not just get them coffee, but I can get them delicious coffee that will keep them happy.
This is part of making an independent film. This is the hard stuff. Fix your car is our car. And driving home late last night, got a little damage, hit something on the freeway. Something very small made some damage that's very big. We're trying to get the car into this warehouse. It's a couple-hour process.
I am scavenging through our leftover Chick-fil-A sponsor food, and I am scavenging through any leftover boxed meals from Penguin Ed's barbecue, because they're all on set. I can take whatever I want. Welcome to the morning of day 10 for Parker's Anchor. We had a great day yesterday, a lot of stuff shot, and it's snowing. So I probably shouldn't be standing outside, but it's snowing. Oh, hello there. Hi. Welcome to day 12 of production of Parker's Anchor. Welcome to day 13/14 of production of Parker's Anchor. It's really cold.
Yes.
But I got 6 layers, but I think my brain froze.
Just making sure that every piece of the puzzle is where it needs to be, at the time it needs to be there, and also what plan B, C, and D will be, just in case. And knowing when it is your turn, so to speak, when you need to produce, or just let people do what they're supposed to do, and not to be a micro producer. That's an important lesson to learn for any producer.
I was working at the Producers Guild at the time, and I was doing sponsorship for them, and I was like, hey, I can help you guys with sponsorship. And even though Jenica handled almost all of that, I think I helped get them a Chevy car because that was one of our sponsors. And so Gordon Family Tree is a road trip movie, so he drives around in a wonderful Chevy. So I went out there to also help shoot, and then and really, you know, when it's making these low budget movies, you might have one title or supposed to do one thing, but it's really jumping in and helping wherever you can, whether that's setting up in a new location or striking.
I'm an independent filmmaker myself, so I would say a quarter of it at the beginning was about reaching out and seeing how other independent filmmakers, very independent filmmakers, I should say, we're not the $30 million Sundance independent filmmakers, the true independent filmmakers, how they make it work. And then, of course, it was about the script.
Actually, I grew up with a lot of people involved in the thing, so we had a lot of personal relationships. We all love movies, whether it's not just movies, performance, creating, all that kind of stuff. So we've just kind of done it our whole life. We started making movies, and we all fell into certain roles. We got together and figured out, hey, we could maybe pull some stuff off in Arkansas, which was Ryan and Jenica's idea because they have history there and people there, and they thought it was a good idea to do it. And I'm not going to lie, none of us wanted to. We thought it sounded absolutely ridiculous. No offense to Arkansas. I just didn't know anything about it, and you have preconceived notions growing up on the West Coast. So sorry. But yeah, we went out there and it was an amazing experience. Like the people and just the scenery alone. Everyone was great and helpful, and working in Los Angeles and having dealt with so many different people at so many different levels in LA kind of opened your eyes to how it can work other places, which is completely different. It's just everyone seems to be extremely helpful all the time. And then once you're like, hey, that was great, they're like, no, what else do you need? And you're like, no, we're done. And they're like, no, don't leave. We want to give you more stuff, so it's been unbelievable is really the only way to describe it.
One of the problems with low budget films, but also one of the benefits, is you don't have the amount of people that you really need in order to fill all of the roles. But you also see who can step up and who can't. And it was really amazing to be able to. Basically, my job became a wedding planner for 2 weeks and a mom and a stage mom, because I would basically see problems before they were going to happen and try and fix them as quickly as possible and as efficiently as possible, while also trying to maintain positivity and a good energy on set and make sure that everyone was happy and well fed and, wearing warm clothing and all of that stuff because it's in the winter.
This is day 5, and we're actually together for like 2 seconds.
Oh my goodness!
Okay, let's hang out with other people. Oh, look! There's one of our producers and beautiful actresses, Miss Deborah Smith, getting some makeup done. Hello, good morning, Vanessa. Oh, you're working hard. we won't give you a hard time. Oh, we've got some other actors. Oh my goodness, who are all these people?
Hi, kids.
You're all wearing clothes, right?
We're wearing clothes, yes.
Woo!
We're getting ready to do the book club.
Oh, the book club scenes. One of my favorite parts of the movie.
It's so easy to produce here. It's just a matter of picking up the phone and calling people, and people are so ready to give.
A lot of small business owners who almost see us as small business owners, and they're trying to help get the project done.
It speaks a lot to the talent and the community and the beauty there that we shot there for Gordon Family Tree. Brotherhood Pictures, who is based in Southern California, loved it so much that they had a film, The Man in the Trunk, that was written to take place in the middle of the desert. And they changed the script to take place in the woods solely so that they could go to Arkansas and shoot their movie there. And I think that says a lot about their experience there, as well as the benefits of shooting there. And then we brought Parker's Anchor there as well, and can want to continue to bring projects there.
Hi. This is a different side of filmmaking, which is me in the woods trying to find a drone. Because a filmmaking team of ours, we're getting some drone footage to use in one of our productions, one of our projects, one of our films, and apparently the drone went down. They searched for a while. Unfortunately, they had to get on a plane to go back to Los Angeles. So now, as a producer, executive producer, I don't know, I'm gonna see what kind of extra credit I can get on the screen. Maybe my name is in larger font than everyone else's for this. You know, granted, if I find it.
I have done a lot of research about filming in Los Angeles versus filming outside of Los Angeles, and it was incredible the amount of resources and the ability of the community to come together in order to support this film. It's incredible. Even though Los Angeles is the center of the Hollywood universe, I think that these smaller markets are where film really flourishes because people care about the stories. They care about the crew and the cast that are, you know, making a little home in their home for a few weeks. And so it was so amazing because the people there were just so willing to help us. And I mean, we filmed in some places where you would never be able to film in Los Angeles because it just, you know, the permits or the cost or whatever would just be completely inhibitive. And in Arkansas, it was, you know, not only possible, these people helped us out in order to make it possible, which was, it was an amazing experience.
There's two obvious benefits of filming outside of California. The first is the price, and the second, kind of tied in with that, is the ease. Everywhere you shoot in California, people know what shooting is. And outside of California, people are a little bit more like, you're filming a movie? I did my best not to give that in a really offensive Southern accent. You're filming a movie, and they're very excited about it, and that bit is cool.
The advantages are definitely, you don't have, especially if you're working in California usually, you don't have the same permit problems, the same people stopping you from working.
There are things that are missing. There's no trailers. There's no, you know, big catering companies that come solely for film productions. You know, there's a lot of things like that that you get in Los Angeles that you don't get there. There's no big conglomerate sound stages and movie studio lots in Arkansas that are in California. However, a lot of that is also based on, we're working on lower budget films in Arkansas. But also, all of those things are not necessary to make a good quality film. Those are things that are nice to have and that give that Hollywood movie feel, but they're not necessary in the final product of the film.
Filming out of state is difficult on a small budget because if you don't have something that you wish you did have, it's difficult to have access to, especially when you're shooting away from Hollywood. Arkansas does have its own film community, and there's definitely a lot of resources, but there are some resources you're used to that, or at least your knowledge base of your resources are not always accessible. So you have to rely on what other people have access to, or in the timelines that they have access to and the way things work.
Fortunately, we've got some technology that helps hopefully helps, we'll see, that we can see what the flight pattern was when and before it went down. However, as I said before, I'm in the middle of the woods.
Even though the productions were different and had different budgets, it still was kind of low budget filmmaking. And so whether you have $100,000 or $10,000 or whatever it still is, let's all do this together, and let's work together and get it done and get it shot and make our days.
It was unbelievable how helpful people were, and sometimes that wasn't a great thing, because when you did run into a problem, you had to take that initial step of like, wait, what do you mean we still have a problem?
So here's one of those hunting platforms I was telling you about. See, they get themselves up there and wait for some innocent creature. I'm wearing bright yellow. Most deer and animals out in nature don't wear bright yellow. I didn't mention before because I don't want people to feel bad that I'm doing this on Thanksgiving, but I did want to mention it because I just saw a flock or whatever, a little gaggle of turkeys running out here in the wild. Thought it very fitting.
You know, you're away from equipment, you're away from equipment you might need at the last second. You know, a camera breaks down, you don't have a backup, you need this other lens, you got to travel people. You know, if you want to bring people in, myself, for instance, coming to this film, there's a cost involved in that, you know, and even if I'm generous, you know, say, yeah, I'll go coach instead of first class or business, there's still a cost involved.
It is cheaper to film out there. It's harder to get out there. Like, there is a barrier to entry, and that's transporting out there.
We were in a jet stream, I think for Gordon Family Tree, and it fell off the blocks that it was on. So then we're figuring out how to put it back up on its stands. So those are memorable.
And I've been warned very specifically not to overstate or embellish the size of the insects out there, but I saw people riding around on insects.
It's coming across these big problems, and it's like, how do we fix this without killing each other and losing our minds?
If nothing else, you can have a conversation to get something done. It's not have a conversation, submit a form, talk to a supervisor, have the supervisor submit a form. It's not a red tape issue. It's not, which I believe are important things, and there's reasons that they're there, especially in Hollywood. I mean, it's not, as much as it makes it a bigger pain in the tuchus for us, it needs to be there. And people can complain all they want. It's an important thing.
As a producer living in Los Angeles and trying to make a film in Arkansas, there were a lot of challenges, a lot of hurdles we had to overcome. In locations being one where Arkansas is a wonderful, embracing community. However, it's a very face-to-face type community. And if you're there and able to go face-to-face, it's great. They want to help. They want to embrace you. They will talk to you. They want to see, like, oh, yes, of course, yeah, what can I do to help? However, being out here, it made it very difficult because we couldn't be there all the time. We would go every once in a while to do as much as we can in a week that we had. But we needed to do stuff here, and a lot of these businesses are locally owned businesses, and these people have lives and families.
But the drawbacks really are you're away from the comfort zone. But I actually think, as I do in life, that you turn that lemon into lemonade, and one of my old-time beliefs is necessity is the mother of invention.
The biggest thing that I would change is I want to have a much bigger budget so that every single person involved gets paid what they're worth. And as much as I love and appreciate the people that are willing to make less because they like us personally and they want to help out, or they are just learning and, they just want to get better at it, or they're bored for like whatever the reason is. If they come in and work, I would love to be able to sit back and hire people based on merit and not on, well, they'll show up. for free or for nothing or food. And again, I still can't believe how many people that are phenomenal that did that for food or nothing or fun and kept showing up, which I think is great, but would be totally understandable if they didn't. I would really like to make sure that we're taking care of people, even 30% the way that the people in Arkansas have taken care of us.
I like the same thing I hate, which is being away from my regular life, being huddled together with a group of people and being in the production and living in the production. Being in the experience of making that film at all given times, not dividing your time between that and managing my family and other responsibilities. And just the same thing I hate about it is missing my kids and my wife.
Hi, we've been wrapped for almost 24 hours. And we're in the middle of some organization. I just want to give you an idea of what it looks like after you're done with an independent film. Here are the piles of wonderful, very organized, very well taken care of things that are going to be returned. Baby we get to spend time with again, who we miss very much because of the movie. We didn't get to see as much. Say hi. No? Hi. Good job.
You stick out your tongue?
Good one. Good skills.
So I'm walking out, drone still in the woods, back there. But now I know where it is. I'm coming down to meet a tree climber, tree trimmer, who has confidence that he's gonna be able to get it. Took some pictures, gonna show him pictures of where it is, a tree. We can bring the right gear and equipment in, and hopefully within an hour and a half, we'll be done with this first part of the ordeal. Then we have to see, hopefully the drone has survived the weather, month-long weather of freezing rain and cold. So we'll see. We know where the drone is. I'm pretty sure I'm driving back to California with the drone. Just took a month. All right.
We got a lot to do. There will be more videos like this because we think that everybody should see the entire process.